Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. I'm doing all right myself. And today's topic is a little bit different. I guess the name for it is My Spiritual Awakening on My 33rd Conception Day. Not my birthday, my conception day. The day I found out that, like, when I was conceived originally, literally. So obviously around 9 months prior, but it was a little more. But I'll explain this, okay? So the name of the video is going to be My Spiritual Awakening on My 33rd Conception Day. All right. On Wednesday, February 15th, 2023, at around 1 or 2 a.m., I had my very first and strongest sacred secretion activation. Um, I was able to do it each month for like 5 months in a row. And then all of a sudden, on month number like 6, 7, 8, I kept trying and I wasn't able to do it. I didn't feel like the oil built up in the back of my head. I wasn't able to push it down my spinal cord to the base. Wait like 15 to 30 minutes, and then slowly each long inhale and then an even longer exhale, and on that long exhale push it back up a little bit slowly but surely until it reached my brain again. And I wasn't able to do that in meditation all of a sudden, and ever since then I haven't been able to do it, and it drives me crazy. So I don't know if something's off. I don't know what if God's just trying to tell me chill, you don't need to do it every month, like you know how transformative it already was. Maybe it's not something I'm supposed to be doing right now. I don't know, but it was just crazy, and it the whole experience is quite a ride, and you can look into this. You can just type in the sacred secretion, and you'll find out all about it. It's a process that goes on in the body if done right. And yeah, within like 1 to 3 months of finding out about it, I was able to do it successfully, which is crazy because I've heard stories of people who meditate for 8 to 10 years before they can do it, and it's like I did it in under 90 days. So I don't know, that was like, I guess, an undeserved talent because I didn't like work hard towards it. It just came to me naturally. So I guess that's like a blessing. Um, but anyways, when it happened to me, like I said, February 15th, 2023, I was 32 years old at that time, and it made me think about, the number 32, and I was like, what about it? And then I thought, oh, the 32nd degree of Freemasonry, that's when it splits into the Scottish Rite and the York Rite, and a lot of people who are Christians go one way, and then if you're not a Christian, and many people take the other way, and it splits, right? So I was thinking of that, and I was thinking, oh, maybe that's the significance or something. But it had to be bigger. It had to be deeper. Like, it was a profound, transformative experience on my inner psyche as well as my physical, physiological, regenerative properties. New blood cells created, dormant brain cells activated, super consciousness activated, maintained for like 1 to 3 weeks the first time around. It was crazy, so. But anyways, so however, just last week I saw a video in which somebody was arguing that our real birthday should be celebrated as our conception day, the day that the sperm met the egg, and boom, the divine spark of life begins at conception. Okay, the problem is that most people nowadays cannot pinpoint that specific day because people prior to having the kid, leading up to the point in which they do have the kid and have that conception, that moment of conception, they usually are already having sex and having intercourse many times, like throughout the week. So they don't know if it was on a Wednesday night or if it was on a Saturday morning. They don't know, like, but luckily for me, my parents did. And this is where it starts to blow my mind and blow your mind. Okay, so um, I took my birthday 11/27/1990, and I took away 9 months, and that's and 9 months and 12 days, and it comes out to exactly February 15th, 1990. So 33 years after February 14th or 15th, 1990, is February 15th, 2023. Okay. Um, I brought this information to my parents last week, and they told me that the night I was conceived was on Valentine's Day at nighttime. And I looked and made sure, and Valentine's Day is February 14th. And it was February 14th, 1990. That is my conception date at night, and be anywhere from 10 p.m. to like 3 a.m. And that's right at the same exact time that it happened 33 years later that my spiritual awakening was like, boof, my whole body went through it. So because of all of this, I'm led to believe it was not 32, it was the number 33. It was on my 33rd conception day, right on it, like right on to the day. Okay, and so there's clearly something that, because the highest the degree goes 33, there's something they're probably not telling us about the number 33. There's probably something a lot deeper than just like, oh, there's 33 vertebrae in the spine. Oh, Jesus was crucified at 33. There's probably deeper information about that specific number in which we don't know. Because look at this, like, I don't believe in stupid, dumb coincidences by chance like that, especially what are the odds of that, like, happening right to the day within 1 second to like 6 hours. It's no more than 6 hours apart. It's 33 years. Boom, happened to me just like that, you know? So like I said, Valentine's Day is 2/14/1990. Since it was at night, it could have been after midnight, making it the literal exact moment of conception and my sacred secretion activation 33 years apart from one another to the exact day. Okay? It gets even deeper because if you look at February 14th, 1990, the date I was conceived, that was a Wednesday, okay? And then the other one was February 15th, 2023. And the February 14th one was at 11 p.m. And the February 15th one was also a Wednesday. So they were both Wednesday or hump day, you know what I mean? Which is just funny little joke in there, hump day, conception date, because hump, yeah, ha ha ha. But look, one's February 14th, 1990 at 11 p.m., and the other one is February 15th, 2023, between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. So they're literally, you go from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., and that's 2 hours. So it's 2 to 3 hours apart. That's it. It was 33 years to the day, to the exact day, and give or take 1 to 3 hours off. Oh, whoop-de-doo. Bro, this is crazy. The numbers are crazy the way they line up. And they were both on Wednesdays, and they were exactly 33 years apart, that number. And we see that number a lot. If you looked into the Anthony Joshua stats and fights and everything like that, I saw people posting up things of that, and I went, whoa, there goes that number again. But anyways, it's ironic that I have been raised to my highest spiritual rank on my 33rd conception day, birthday, my real B-day, because they raise people through the degrees, and then when you reach the 33rd, that is the highest. You are raised, elevated to the highest degree of illumination, which is crazy because that's what happened to me with my number of my conception day. So still think numbers don't have any significance and deep meaning, you know what I mean? So in conclusion, my creation date or my conception date was February 14th, 1990 at 11 p.m. And my awakening was exactly 33 years later. My initial spiritual awakening was February 15th, 2023 at around 1 or 2 a.m. That is 33 years and possibly 2 to 3 hours off, and that's it. For all I know, it was literally exactly 33 years and not a minute longer or sooner, for all I know. It could have been right to the nanosecond. The significance of 33 goes as follows. My parents had, and this is my own little thought, the significance of 33 in this case, according to me in my life, goes as follows. My parents had me, making me number 3. My mom, my dad, and then me. That's 3, right? I am also a 3 life path. Also, when I see 3 and 33, I think of 3 cubed, like 333, and 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, and that's my birth date, my date of birth. is November 27th, you know, and the 1 from November is representative of my two parents, because mother, father, right? That's 11. And then 27 is the 333. And that's me, you know. So 11/27, my birthday. So I don't know. But like I said, and my awakening was exactly 33 years later. There is something much deeper to the number 33 than they are leading on about. You can call it a coincidence, and I could call you ignorant. You know what I mean? Because this is the truth, and this is what happened. So God doesn't make mistakes. That's my story on this matter. That's my belief as to how it happened and why it might have happened. And that's all I really got in this video. I know it was a little bit of a strange one. The next two and the next two nights are going to be great, and they're on point, and they're nice, and they're topics that you're going to like more than this one. But anyways, that's all I got. So until next time, stay safe, be blessed, and live lavishly. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you all. Peace.